Welcome to the Changing Motivation video. In this video, we will be going over Method 8, which is a way of untraining. So in this video, we are going over two main concepts and examples. So what is Method 8? Well, what is Method 8? Well, Method 8 is changing the motivation, and it is the kindest way to change behavior, and it's one of the ways of untraining, which is what we're studying this week. It is also the most effective way to change behavior. Here are some important concepts you must remember. Motivation has to be understood before we can just go about changing it. So and yeah, like I said, in order for this method to be effective, you must know the motivation and you cannot just guess the motivation. And a very important type of behavior that we must know is self-reinforced behaviors, which is when just doing the behavior itself is reinforcing, such as chewing gum sometimes. Chewing gum, the behavior of chewing is reinforcing. In this way, you have to change the motivation. So using MOs, and when the motivation outweighs the reinforcers, that is when things can change. Here are some examples in the real world that we can look at. There's smoking. So for smoking, we must understand why the person is smoking in the first place. And then once we know the motivation to smoke, we can start figuring out ways to just change that behavior. Overworking is something that I feel like many people also do. And we must figure out what is motivating that overworking behavior. And using method A, we can find some other behavior that they can partake in that fills in that motivation, or just figure out something else that motivates them to work less. And so is being on the internet, right? For some people, being on the internet is just a thing they use to pass time or procrastinate. Figuring out what motivates them to be on the internet can help us identify how we can change the motivation. And same thing with buying too much at a store. And that's about it. So if you need more examples and actual ways of changing, like actual examples of changed behavior, look at the book for Method 8, because Karen Pryor really gives really good examples there. She actually gives many examples there for you to look at. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching.